Today's Morning First Alert Weather Show is brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law.
Alrighty, good Friday morning, Mid-Michigan. I'm First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro here with another update on your First Alert forecast. We've been tracking some warmer temps throughout the morning. It's actually been incredibly warm for this time of year, but the cool down is also starting at the same time here. So we have that cold front already starting to move into Mid-Michigan. And with that cold front moving through, that'll be taking us back down to about 40 degrees even by lunchtime here. And then eventually we do expect even colder weather for the afternoon, and the wind has been picking up as well. I'll take you over here to a live look real quick at Birch Run. There's I-75 in Birch Run right now, right near exit 136. And just take a look at that. Definitely can tell that it's windy out there with the way that camera is moving around right now. We do have some cloud coverage starting to build up too. Some areas have seen a brief clearing this morning, but that cloud coverage is expected to return here for the late morning and as we go into the afternoon. But overall, it's been very mild out there. You can see at the bottom right of your screen, it's still about 52 degrees here in Saginaw as of right now. And our temperatures, even in some areas, are still into the mid to upper 50s. We actually even have 61 in Lapeer right now too. Take a look at that. 61, that's the warmest temp personally that I have seen so far this morning. I did see Owasso at 60 at 1.2, but 61 in Lapeer. It's 56 in Bad Axe, now 52 in Saginaw. Some areas like Clare and Mount Pleasant now dipping into the 40s, and we even have 37 already in Houghton Lake. So this is really just a sign of what's to come here for the remainder of the day today, now that this cold front is going to be moving through mid-Michigan. But I do want to take you back to the wind again. So we do have, again, quite a strong wind out there right now, as being shown there in Birch Run with our I-75 camera. We have a wind advisory until 4 o'clock this afternoon. This is from the National Weather Service, and this is for the entire TV5 viewing area. We're already starting to reach into when we expected the peak of the gusts for today. So these gusts should be able to peak at about 40 or 45 miles per hour. But notice this here on your screen, how we start to see those gusts tapering off pretty quickly, especially after about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So there is some potential we could maybe see that advisory canceled maybe an hour or two early. But either way, we expect our peak for the wind gusts to be up till about 1 o'clock this afternoon. So right now we're kind of getting into this time frame where we expect the peak for today. But as far as our current sustained wind speeds, they are already up to about 20, almost even 30 miles per hour in a few spots. We have a sustained wind right now in Saginaw of 28 miles per hour, closer to 20 miles per hour in Tawas City, 21 miles per hour in Flint. But again, that's just our sustained speed. We do have some gusts that are now starting to eclipse that 40 mile per hour mark. So we have 41 for the gust speed at Bishop Airport in Flint, and then 47 is the strongest gust speed that we've seen so far. That's at MBS Airport. So again, pretty windy. We'll hold on to gusts that are up into these upper 30s or low 40s speed range for the late morning here and the early afternoon. And then that wind does slow down pretty quickly towards dinner time. And along with that too, we actually do have a pretty calm night ahead of us in regard to the wind. I'll take you over here to the radar. There's your First Alert pinpoint Doppler. So we do have a couple of showers that have developed, especially in the central and eastern thumb. Some of these right near the Sandusky area right now, also just passing near Ubley and Bad Axe, also Port Hope. Now those showers that we have in the thumb, those are actually the showers popping up just ahead of our cold front here. So those are driven by the cold front right now, a good indicator of where the front currently is. And then on the west side of the state, we do have this steady rain that's been developing, and even a little bit of snow already trying to mix in near Cadillac and areas north and west of there too. We could actually see a couple of flurries near Houghton Lake and West Branch before all of this wet weather is said and done here in the next couple of hours. So we do expect a few flurries up north. Most of these rain showers, though, really this entire system should be out of here early this afternoon. It's now looking to be closer to about 1 or even 2 o'clock this afternoon, but pretty much after that time, also coinciding with when the wind starts to slow down is when dry weather moves in, and then we'll stay dry for the rest of the day and as we go into tonight as well. One of the big stories ahead of us, though, in the forecast are the snow showers that we're tracking for the weekend. These are expected to start around midday tomorrow, if not during the late morning. And then some of these snow showers will be going all the way into Sunday morning. So we've certainly had a busy couple of days here in the forecast, given the wind, given the warmer temps, and given the rainfall too, and even some of the thunderstorms that we had last night. But we are again turning our attention to the snow showers that we also have here in the forecast as we go into this weekend. We're going to take a quick break here real quick, and when we come back from the break, we'll be discussing some more details on the snow showers that we're expecting. We'll go through that hour by hour, and I do have a snowfall total map for you as well. So again, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back from the break, we'll take a look at some of those details. Alrighty, welcome back from that break. So we are still tracking some snow showers in the forecast that'll be moving in during the late morning or right around the middle of the day tomorrow. And I know this is very much what you could say weather whiplash. We've just had really all types of weather here for the last couple of days. The warmth and then the cold weather on the way, rain, snow, and even some thunderstorms last night too. And some of that thunder was pretty loud as well. But I'll get you right back into the forecast here again for the weekend. So we have these snow showers that should start up during the late morning or pretty close to noon for tomorrow. Here's that first alert hour by hour. So this is starting at about 9 in the morning tomorrow. Notice that we do have a few spots of flurries. I think this is where we could possibly see some drizzle very briefly tomorrow morning. This would be right at that onset of these snow showers. Again, pretty isolated chance with that. Don't think it's a great chance, but something that is definitely at least possible. But there we are closer to 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. You see these snow showers continuing to move into mid-Michigan. So by 11 tomorrow morning, we'll already have snow falling near Clare or Chesaning, possibly even as far east at that point as Midland or maybe even Bay City or Cucaulin as well. So this will just continue to come in from the west and the southwest. We see the coverage of snow just continually picking up over the course of the afternoon. Snow should be most widespread by around dinner time tomorrow. So we're talking 5, 6, 7, or even 8 o'clock in the evening. So around that time, we do have some pretty steady snow showers falling across most of the TV5 viewing area. And these should still continue into the night. So that right there on your screen is about midnight tonight. Now going into Sunday morning, this is where we see snow showers still holding on, but they'll be a little more isolating in coverage by Sunday morning. And we're starting to actually turn over to a little bit more of a lake effect pattern at that point too, because we have the northwest wind that'll be returning once again. Some of the usual lake effect spots like Houghton Lake or Rose City or West Branch likely could see some snow showers lingering into much of the day on Sunday. And even if you're in the Port Hope area, kind of right on that northeastern edge of Huron County, you could occasionally get clipped by some lake effect there as well. But notice this here, how the hour by hour does tend to quiet down quite a bit, especially towards the end of the day on Sunday. But this right here is the snow map for the weekend. So with this snow that we're tracking for the weekend, no doubt it will be an accumulating snow. Should be enough that you'll have some shoveling or maybe even some snow blowing depending on where you're at tomorrow, or rather by Sunday. But Sunday morning, we do expect a few inches of accumulation. So right now, that cutoff line, sort of in the area of Rosebush, Coleman, and Pinconning. So anywhere north of there, we do have that 3 to 5 inch range. South of that range, so that does entirely include the Bay region, the Thumb, and our southern areas. Also Mount Pleasant and Alma. We do have 1 to 3 inches for those areas. Good rule of thumb for the snowfall this weekend is we expect totals to pretty gradually increase as you go farther north in our area. So more of the potential 5-inch totals could be closer to Houghton Lake, Rose City, Hale, some of those sort of northern fringe areas here from mid-Michigan. And then the 1-inch totals would be closer to areas like Fenton or Goodrich or even around the Metamora area too. So this is what we'll be tracking for the weekend with that snow. And we are going to continue to make some fine tweaks to this map as well. But again, definitely expecting a couple of inches of snow for the weekend. Not a snowfall that's going to be really heavy by mid-Michigan standards, but again, enough that you will have some snow cleanup to do by Sunday morning. So the majority of this falls late in the day on Saturday. Going ahead and taking a look at some comments here too. So a comment from Christopher, what's the wind for the day tomorrow? So we do actually expect generally a little bit more of a southerly wind for tomorrow. Shouldn't be very strong though, only about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So fortunately the wind tomorrow, that is going to be pretty light, especially compared to today. By Sunday though, so when we're starting to get onto the backside of that snowfall and we have that entire system wrapping around, Sunday should be a breezy day. But I don't think the gusts on Sunday will be quite as strong as today. Those gusts just closer to about 30 miles per hour at their peak on Sunday. But Sunday should be a bit of a breezy day there, and that's going to reinforce some cooler air as we go into Sunday as well. So we only expect a high of about 30 degrees, and even for tomorrow, only a high of about 32 as well. So we will be turning cooler here over the weekend. These 50s that we had this morning, definitely something unusual for this time of year and something that is short-lived too. There's a look at that First Alert 7-day forecast. So we do have here on the 7-day some 30s still trying to hold on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Now we're still waiting to see exactly how the pattern evolves here, but the expectation is that around the middle of next week, potentially late in the day on Wednesday, but definitely by Thursday, we are going to have a colder pattern returning. We are seeing guidance that's suggesting lows in the teens and then highs likely just into the low 20s around that time, and that should be holding into the weekend as well. So that's what we're going to be tracking later on next week. But again, we do have a couple of systems here. The system that's leaving now, and then we have tomorrow's snow, and then we potentially have another system around Tuesday into Wednesday. That's going to sort of dictate how that pattern evolves. But generally right now, I would count on seeing some colder weather and some conditions a little bit more typical for January, especially by the end of next week and over the weekend as well. So that's what we're tracking for you in the extended forecast. So again, the rest of today, the wind will be holding on at least up until about 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock. But after that time, the wind should be slowing down pretty sharply. We're only getting colder from here really for the rest of the day as well. So you'll definitely need a heavier jacket compared to this morning. A lot of those temps by the afternoon will be as much as 15 or even 20 degrees colder than this morning. And then for the weekend, we do have those snow showers moving in. I would expect to have to do some snow cleanup by Sunday morning. Well, we have First Alert meteorologist Stone Schaefer coming up with another live stream at 2 this afternoon. So he'll have another wind update and he'll have another look at that weekend forecast as well regarding that snowfall. So he'll be right here on all these same live stream channels. So be sure to tune in to him at 2 o'clock this afternoon. In the meantime, though, we hope that you have a great remainder of your Friday morning, and we also hope that you have a great weekend ahead of you as well. Stay warm, stay safe.